Alors, bonjour Peter.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Nay bad thanks. Ça va bien, merci. Bon.
Alors, hier, nous sommes retournés à Écosse. Et maintenant, aujourd'hui, nous sommes dans votre magasin de vin pour discuter notre voyage à Bordeaux.
Yes,
Alors,
we went to Bordeaux
on y va.
last week. I'm just starting.
Sorry, y'all. He's learning. So, yesterday, we
Yes.
returned from France. We're back in the shop today.
Yes.
Aujourd'hui,
Yes.
nous sommes dans votre magasin de vin
In my wine shop.
pour
For
discuter.
a discotheque. We're not dancing.
Discuter votre news
Well,
voyage.
to tell you about our trip to Bordeaux.
I said it right the first time. I made some mistakes. The second time going slowly was much harder.
I'm still at the man ate the cat on Duolingo.
Y'all, he's trying.
I am trying. I'm not very good at languages.
But we were in Bordeaux.
We were in Bordeaux and it was really, really lovely. But we didn't start off in Bordeaux, did we?
No, we started off in Cognac.
That was a segue.
Well done.
Yeah. We started off in Cognac. We went to see Chateau de Montifaud and they were delightful. They were so nice.
They were so nice.
We're going to
Ignore
put
the
loads
fact
of pictures
we
around
will,
this. So.
and there's loads of things on our Instagram. There's also an Instagram story called Bordeaux 24, so go check it out. It documents our entire trip, as well as some posts on Instagram and Facebook, just kind of rounding up and giving you some highlights of each day. But we're also going to do that now. If you want the pretty pictures,
Yes, have a look
Go
on
there.
that, and I'll put a few in this. But basically, I spent a day going around chatting to nice people and drinking wine, and Miller spent the entire week on her phone, doing
on.
posting whilst drinking and talking to nice people.
Whilst
so you
drinking
worked,
and talking to
I
people.
I sort of worked, and
yes. I
yeah,
was going to say, you make me sound like I was just texting people the whole time, but I wasn't.
No,
I
you
was,
weren't.
in fact, working.
yes. Anyway, we went out with Simon, Charlie, and Stevie. They were there. We drove around all the place and we met loads and loads of people. But we're going to tell you about Montifaud first because they are brilliant. Up in Cognac, it was about a 2-hour drive north of Bordeaux.
Yep, we stopped. We ate a very nice lunch
We did. That was rather good.
with Oeuf Muret. Is it Muret?
Yes, Oeuf Muret, which
Yeah.
is basically
Muret,
a
2 T's and an E.
yeah, which is a sort of soupy type arrangement
It's
with
like
an egg
a
on
red
it.
wine soup with 2 poached eggs in it.
Yes.
And some pearl onions and just yumminess.
Yes,
And
it
you
was
dip bread in
delicious.
it.
It was so good. And then we rocked up at Montifaud where we basically
Where we met Olivier.
yes, and had a fantastic tour.
The tour was just lovely.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't entirely know what to expect, having never been on one of these tasting trips. But Olivier met us. We did a full tour of the vineyard. Y'all, the vines.
Yes. You were you yeah. This was entirely new for you, wasn't it?
It was. I've been in vineyards before, but nothing like this. And it's really special, and I'm really sorry that everyone doesn't get to experience this because you're with people who are... I mean, Olivier is the sales guy, but he is a part of that family. They are
Yeah.
best friends and everything. And every other vineyard we went to, we were with the owners
Yeah.
of the vineyard
Yeah.
who are just so incredibly passionate about
Yeah.
what they're doing. And they're answering all these very technical questions.
Yeah.
I was on the phone to one of my friends, and I was like, I had the best day ever. If you're not into wine, you won't care.
Yes.
But I had the best day ever.
Yeah. It is. You know, it's a privileged position we're in, and I genuinely think that we need to sort of change that and let more people experience that and that's what we try and do here. We try and tell their stories because they're the artists. We're not. We're the curators. We put things on a shelf and I think when you go and actually touch the vines and see the people and I'm glad I got that the right way round.
Yep.
And you know
It
experience
changes it
what
for you.
they are doing. It just transforms things for you. It really does. It really does.
But anyway.
Yes.
So we were in the vineyard. We did a full tour of the vineyard, and then we saw their blending room,
Yeah.
and we went into where they drop their harvests,
Yep.
where their presses are, their tanks. Olivier was just pouring everything.
Yeah. So the stills, they did a really nice thing where we went around different parts of the buildings and, you know, tried different cognacs at those places, which was really cool. And then when we went down into the cellar,
which was old, and there's some really thrilling photos of both of us and
and
dark
there you
with
get
spiders everywhere.
and you get the 50-year-old, which
But then
is lovely.
we went to the regular cellar, and then we went to, they call it Paradis, Cellar Paradis, and that is on their actual grandparents' estate.
Yeah.
Which is just down the road. We say estate, it's like in the middle of the village that they're in.
Little. That was actually the really cool part. In that you've got sort of the high street of the village, which is basically it's a little sort of single track road. Excuse me, I've had a cold all week as well. Anyway, and basically there's just this warehouse which they open the door straight onto the street.
A single lock, and that is their
century-old treasures of brandy down there.
Early late 1800s brandy, and it's just stunning. And we were trying wine in there. We were trying a 50-year-old wine in there. It was
brandy in there.
Brandy, fine. In there, and
it was unbelievable. It was so cool.
Just ridiculous. And Olivier answered every question we could possibly have, and just spent all the time in the world with us. And we tried some really nice things. And then we went back. We saw, which I thought was quite cool, but all the vineyards, actually most of the vineyards in Bordeaux that we visited, have implemented grey water systems. Yeah. Which I find fascinating, and even the lees and whatnot, they're putting it back into the ground because of their irrigation laws, which we won't get into too much now, but they've thought this all ahead, and the rest of the world, the rest of the non-winemaking world has not. And they're like, why wouldn't we?
Planting reeds, having, pools, they've got it sorted. They really do.
And they're integrating wind, and they are bringing in solar, especially Montifaud. They've done a lot of this already, but really fascinating to see. And climate change, without a doubt, without touching too much on this because I don't want to get into the politics of it, was a really strong theme through that entire trip.
And how winemakers, cognac makers are trying to sort of keep doing what they have always done, so that they're not having to make something completely new. Because I think that's the thing. You look at, with the world getting hotter, they're sort of going, well, am I going to have to plant Syrah in Bordeaux? No, let's look at something different, and let's try and find, let's look at Malbec, or let's look at doing less Merlot, or whatever it may be, to try and mitigate that heat increase.
Yeah, and I think in our part de Etoile Cap, we'll get into that more.
Yeah, I think so. But anyway, we then had dinner with the family, which was
stunning house.
They have a lovely house
designed for entertaining. But we had mom, dad, and 2 kids.
Yes, and they were just lovely, and just sat down, had a lovely meal, had some wine.
Family meal with them, lovely wine. Oh my God!
Had their Pinot de Charente.
Their Pinot with the foie gras.
Don't mention the foie gras. We'll get cancelled.
It's France.
Yeah, it's France. We had foie gras, and it was fantastic.
We were offered it many times.
Yeah, we were. We actually turned it down probably more than we had it. But Pinot de Charente with any sort of foie gras, pâté sort of thing.
Fatty thing with pâté.
Yeah. And in case you don't know what Pinot is, we've got some in. We've got the younger one in.
Yeah, but the younger one wasn't as good as the older one.
No, I know. We'll get the older one in.
Okay,
but the younger one I really quite like.
If you don't know what Pinot is, it is not Pinot.
No, not like Pinot Noir. It's Pineau. And what it basically is grape juice with brandy. And it's the two put together, which means that you've got this sweet drink with a bit of alcohol. And it's sort of, I think, 17-ish% or something like that. And it just it's a lovely alternative to a sweet wine. And it's a little lighter and a little fresher. It's
almost more porty.
Yeah, it's sort of that sort of white porty meets a bit more. It's sort of like if you get Sauterne and white port and put the two together.
That's a great description.
And that's what you're getting. You're getting that sweet honeyed element of the winey element, but you're also getting that little bit of a kick from the spirity part of the wine. And that was just a delight. It really was.
The whole thing was delightful, and the family, just nicest family ever, and they let us into their home, and genuinely, we just said it, but could not be in a more privileged position than that in their home with them cooking for us.
Yes. And the little girl serving. I mean, not little, one was 10, one was 14 or something, but
they were involved, and it was lovely to hear about how they're working to continue that family line. The youngest, who's 10, is going to start helping with the labeling in the summer, and the older one is already helping with the blending.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a look into their world.
Yeah.
It was Yeah, just
And hopefully when
absolutely
they
lovely.
do take over, these will be two young women who will be the future of cognac. And, they're a great family-run concern. 6 generations now?
6 generations.
Yeah. And it was just a delight. We do stock their cognacs. We've pretty much got everything VSOP, XO. The
Now,
XO is really cool.
yeah, did you have a favorite?
Oh, I mean, the 50-year-old is delightful, but you see, I'm a little biased because I always have a bottle of cognac open at home, and I switch between their two of their wines, two of their brandies,
Okay, fine. Which two?
the XO and the 50,
Yeah, those were the two that were my favorite. Although that
the
the
Napoleon
cigar one,
yeah,
the
that was
cigar
good.
one was really, really
Yeah.
nice. And I don't think I'd had Pinot before and absolutely loved it.
Pinot is great. Pinot, if you want something that's just like, if you're not a spirit drinker, try Pinot de Charente from them because it really is lovely. We've got their 3-year-old in at the moment. Their 3-year-old white. We'll be getting their 10-year-old red and white in.
They are very different.
Yeah.
I really liked drinking the young one, but if I was going with a plate of cheese or something, that old one.
The old one will be great. So,
Yum.
so we have their brandies in. We've got their Pinot in. We'll be getting more of their range in. It was a delight to be with them, and yeah, we just had a great first day.
We did. And then we just went to bed because we were all so tired from waking up at 3 a.m.
Yes,
that I think
and we
needed it.
slept a lot. Day 2 tomorrow.